everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Echoes of Eternity, broadcasting all over the internet, everywhere today.
All over it.
All over. Yeah. We have amazing people with us today. We have Sam Strippin, who brought his pet wolf statue with him. I love that thing. I'm not jealous of it in any way. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. We have Anna, who brought. I know. We can't see all of it on the stream, but like, okay. Just know that it's the coolest thing in the world. Also, I see you're a Dyson fan, which I'm jealous of because mine's in the other room, and I'm a fool.
Yeah, it feels good.
Anna, you brought a battle axe, I think, with you.
Sewing machine, the quintessential pairing.
Right. Yeah.
Battle axe and sewing machine.
It really, gives us a whole picture of of how threatening you truly are.
That's what you're gonna get when you sign up to play a game with me.
By the way, congrats on killing it with the donation stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a $5,000 goal, and we had to raise it to an $8,000 goal to reach by the end of this week. So if you're watching on my channel and you want to donate to St. Jude, do it.
Spike,
what's up?
I mean, I see you way too much during the week now. I hate it. We constantly are doing stuff together, and it's gross.
Yeah, you're sick of me. You don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah, I won't. Pocket.
All right, Pocket, what's up?
Hello. How are you doing? I see that you have your little Baby Yoda shirt, and that is all that matters in this world.
Yeah, I do. I forgot I had it on, actually.
Well, I noticed and was like, that's the Baby Yoda, which I'm very excited about. And any of you nerds out there who are seeing hints about the new season of Mandalorian, God help us. That's going to be the nerdiest effing show there ever was. They are remember all those things you love? Nerds? We're putting them in.
Technically not Baby Yoda.
Right. Oh, it's
yeah.
But Baby Yoda don't got a name, so that's Baby Yoda. I'm not going to call it
I mean, the child, it's very demeaning.
Right? That's a 50-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me seeing just a red-headed baby and being like, Baby Jesse.
Yeah. But
that's what I call all red-headed babies.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, we just don't know what Yodas are called. We've never seen their species. The only other Yoda we know is a Yaddle, that one who was in one scene in Phantom Menace and then never seen again. So we have no clue who these people are.
Well,
we don't know where they're from.
You look up Yaddle because it is nightmare fuel.
Yaddle sucks. Yaddle's awful looking. Yeah, we don't know. So it's just Baby Yoda because we have no idea what to call them. But apparently we are getting, if you've read the Aftermath books, which are the new immediately after Return of the Jedi books, in that they're like, what happened to that guy Boba Fett? And they introduce a whole bunch of new shit, and straight up they're adding that to Mandalorian now. They are adding a certain Clone Wars character to Mandalorian. They're literally just like, F it. Yo, do you like Expanded Universe? We're throwing it in, kids. Which is amazing. So that should be huge for my nerddom. But anyway, let's do this thing. If you would be so kind as to roll your destiny points, please. Fingers crossed this all works out okay. Hey, we got 2.
All right.
PR3 coming in hard.
I had one off week last week, but this time, yeah. Ooh, nice.
Okay, that works.
I'm on a light streak.
Not bad.
Yeah, and we're still 6, which is great for me.
I was on a light streak once. Now I've been on a 3-week dark streak.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say it. Once I say it, then I know it'll end.
That's what happened. I called it out, and then I got cursed.
Perfect. All right, and okay. All right. So let's start this bad boy with a little recap of last time. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, a bargain is struck. In exchange for the safety of the Force-sensitive children, ULAGO has made a deal with the cell of terrorists calling themselves the Alliance to Restore the Public. Their leader, JUN SATO, has agreed to help, but only in return for the aid in securing a Corellian Corvette. joined by old war friend HOOLA VAMMA, the group sets out once again on another dangerous mission. But like always, DAEYO is wanted by a strange cartel, Oda is stalked by the Sith Inquisitors, and PR3 continues his search for his master. All right. As you explore and move forward, remember all of the awesome abilities you have, all of the cool things you have. I'm just putting it out there now. Remember, open up your character sheets. You may need them.
So I should like
definitely-
remember the skills that I took that I always forget about and
I
special abilities.
definitely didn't plan things around this to make you use skills you normally don't use.
This is
wouldn't have
also
done
Jesse saying it's on us when we forget to use them. He's
I
covering his
wouldn't
ass.
say that. What? Never. So on your ship, you're now joined by HOOLA VAMMA, who is the Duros lady that is the friend of ULAGO from their old war days. She's sort of just chilling out with you guys on the ship. After you took off from the planet, she went into one of the cabin rooms and changed, and is now wearing, instead of like a camo ground outfit, a more spacey black outfit with various doodads on the front that I'm sure are for oxygen or something Star Warsy, and little lights are blinking, and there are like tubes connecting to different parts of the outfit. What you would imagine a like when you see a TIE fighter pilot, their outfit, it kind of looks like that, except it's not as Imperial looking. It's pretty makeshift put together. And her blue skin and red eyes kind of light up the darkness of the cabin as she moves towards you all in the cockpit and asks you, "So, what's our plan?"
Who does she ask that to?
To all of you. She's just like, "All right, we have to go get a Corvette. What's the plan?"
Yes.
Yeah, ULAGO, what's our plan?
What is our plan, ULAGO?
Well, maybe you've got some smuggler contacts. Look, I don't know why you're asking me. This is just a solution to save the 40 children that you wanted to save, Oda. So if anyone's got anything,
You didn't want
Now's
to
the
save
time.
40 children?
it's not that I didn't want to save them. I just understand the realistic element of trying to save them. And this is where we are.
I mean, if you want me to come up with a plan to steal a ship, I certainly will.
I didn't plan this far ahead, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm glad we can admit that together.
All right.
I'm not.
Yeah, Hula laughs at you guys and just like, "So you took a contract to steal a ship, and you had no plan."
Well,
I'm done.
normally when you have a conversation with someone, they don't ask you to steal something like this on a whim. So no,
laughs
I
again
wouldn't have a
and
plan in place.
She laughs again and she's like, "Boy, you've been out of the game for a long time, ULAGO."
You're telling me.
And she like looks at the rest of you and is like, "Okay, I figured this would happen. I have some ideas."
Do tell.
Well, there are 3 things we could do. I guess I'll let you decide. And she pulls out a data pad and throws it down on the main cockpit panel. And a little like pops up, and you can see 3 options written in Orabesh. No like details other than text. And the first one says Corellia. And she says, "Well, we could just go straight to Corellia. We go in hard, we go in fast. We take what we want from the shipyards there. The system's Imperial controlled, but they aren't really the ones to worry about. It's the corporate types. They really have everything under lock and key, and they don't operate the same way the Empire does. The Empire has the Senate, which watches over them. The corporates, well, they can get away with anything these days, from slavery to sabotage." And then she points to the next one and is like, "We could also just go to Sullust. There are plenty of shipyards there. It won't be nearly as protected as the Corellian shipyards, but we definitely won't find a new ship. maybe something dock for repairs, maybe something with a crew that we might have to deal with. I don't know, but I would say it's a lot easier than dealing with corporations or Imperials, that's for sure. But we'd be borrowing one from some other people. And the last location, well, I feel like Raxus Prime is a good spot. It's kind of like a junk planet. It's not the most glamorous place, but you know, I feel like you guys aren't used to the most glamorous lifestyles, so let me just say, we could probably find the right ship there. It won't be as nice as a Corellian one, or it won't be as well maintained as one from Sullus, but I can't imagine we'd run into any trouble. But well, the planet itself seems like trouble though, so
Oh.
it's outside of the Imperial rule, so that's good. It's in the far outer rims.
What might we be stealing the ship from someone who is a potential ally then, if it's not under Imperial control?
Well, I mean, and she just like kind of looks at you like, maybe. I don't know, it's not my problem.
Yes. You don't care about that?
I don't think there's such a thing as allies right now in these times.
Well, we could go to my contact I told you about now that we don't have a bunch of, sensitive children around us. Ask them for a little help. See if they know a place.
Do they know how to find
Sure.
ships?
I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't know how. We're going to owe them a favor, though, as well.
Well,
Hopefully
then we're
it's
just adding a
not-
favor on top of a favor.
How many favors do you owe people?
I mean,
Just
I'm just hoping
one.
that, it's not going to be as ridiculous as this favor where it's like we go into danger no matter what.
Well, hang on. We have some options here.
That's true. Your droid probably knows more about the planets if you want to ask him.
Oh, you could
Hint.
probably get us into the Imperial controlled one very easily and just fix up the computer, tell it that we took the ship and it's fine.
And we
right?
find another one of those little lightsaber wielding dudes again. Yeah, it'll be great. Let's just rush right back into one of those places.
I'm sorry, you found a little lightsaber wielding dude?
He was very little.
What the hell have
Everybody's
you
little.
people been doing?
But, I mean, you weren't going to ask that when we came with a bunch of children on a ship?
Well, I mean, I didn't. What? Oh, God. I'm gonna die with you, aren't I? I'm gonna die with you. I
Look, we
managed
bumped
to live
into a
this long.
couple of Inquisitors, but we handled them.
So I've
Fine.
heard.
We didn't
Here's
have a
what I
plan
say.
then
We
either.
stay far away from anywhere that is Imperial controlled because there's no way, absolutely no way we should bust into their territory. If we go to my guy, at least we'll have a little bit of a net over us. They won't be able to find us there, but you gotta remember, pretty sure they're gonna be looking for us. Pretty sure they're already looking for us.
I mean, do we need to go to your guy? We have 3 locations. If PR3 just runs a background check on them, we can kind of see which one.
Sure.
which one
We
needs.
got a background check of this last place we busted up too, though.
I mean,
I'm
if
just throwing it out there.
if
You guys
PR3
do
can
what
find
you
out if
want.
the shit we need is in the place we want to go, then
Pocket,
help
do
us
you
out
still have the
greatly.
information about your contact? Or do you need that
Yep.
still? Okay,
I
cool.
still have it.
All right. Well-
Why add a middleman when we don't have to?
Let's find out more about these places and I'm just providing it as an option, a safer option where we do have a middleman that helps us out a little bit, provides a safety net. But if we want to go in guns a-blazing, let's just
Look,
pick the right
I know what you're
place.
trying to say. I just don't want to owe another favor to some
Yeah,
other.
no, I get that. I'd rather live, though.
No offense, some other
PR3,
idiot.
can you tell us anything? I just stop because obviously this is beating a dead horse now. PR3, can you tell us something about these places?
Yes, I can tell you many things about these places.
Tell us
The
many
Corelli-
things.
I was about to. The Corellian system includes Corellia, Salonia, Droll, Trailus, and Talus, commonly called the Five Brothers, Corellia being the largest. It is long believed that the celestial beings formed the planets long ago, and humans were brought here in the infancy of their species by them. The capital is Coronet City and is home to the factories that build TIE fighters and the parts for Star Destroyers. Would you like to know information about the other two locations?
Great job.
It's all in the databanks. Sullust is the fourth planet in the Sullust system, located in the outer rim. The planet is covered in rocky terrain, volcanoes, and I lost my place. Caves and barely breathable atmosphere. The planet is, however, home to two things: the Sullustan people and unchecked capitalism. Located along two trade routes, it has access to immense wealth, growing opportunities, as well as being slightly outside the law, due to its location on the outer rim. Raxus Prime, also known as Raxus, is a junk planet. It is covered in industrial repurposing factories, shipyards created to disassembled ships, and immense debris fields. It's toxic, very toxic. Staying on world for a long time can be a bad thing. You know very little about the planet other than that. Damn it, Jesse, I'm reading this word for word.
Damn it. You, PR3, know very little other than that.
Don't put that in the cue cards.
I didn't look. I meant to should put a note like you, the character, know very little other than that.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is what your droid knows from his Imperial databanks about those planets.
What do you think we should do, PR3?
Oh, God. Well, unfortunately, when reading all that information, I didn't myself comprehend all of it. So now I have to go look again.
All right, let me
It's
rehash
either
really
like-
quickly.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Corellia is a like super famous, very important. It's where Han Solo's from system. It is one of the biggest human systems in the entire known galaxy. It is super important to the lore of Star Wars, but also it is always filled with trouble. And in this case, if you went there, you would have to deal with either the corporations or the Empire. Both run the show there. But if you try to steal from the Empire, that's trouble. But you also have the option of just going to a factory and legit stealing a fresh, brand new Corellian Corvette. But you'd have to deal with the corporate guys from the Corellian engineering. But also, you can go to Sullust. Sullust is the place where the Sullustans are from. The most famous Sullustan being the dude who helps Lando Calrissian in Jedi. He's like, right when at the very end, that guy with like the multiple like frilly face. Yeah, it's like a volcano world, and everyone lives beneath the surface, but it is surrounded by trade routes and stations and all sorts of different factories and things that are in space that are it's like known for being a place that is sort of outside the law but sort of regulated, and everyone there is just like doing their thing, making a buck. It is definitely a place where a pirate crew or a gangster crew or one of the various cartel crews would go to take a ship, and you could definitely steal it from them. And then Raxus Prime is literally like a planet junkyard. Everything there is for repurposing. It's for disassembling ships, old ships. It is a toxic wasteland. It sucks to be on the planet for a long time, but you probably won't have to fight anyone for it, but you definitely will be like, if you walk away, you would walk away with the ship that was like, it kind of works, right? But it wouldn't be, and I guess that's your preference of when you want to deliver back to these guys. Because they didn't say it had to be like the best ship.
I personally recommend Sullust.
I feel like Sullust is a great option. The Imperial one is a great option if we weren't so hot right now.
All right. Celeste it is.
Sounds good.
DAEYO, I mean, you can have a conversation with this contact of yours and find out what they want without us entering into some kind of deal, right?
Do I have contact with him without going there, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, you all have the ability to reach out with your like universal comm link and contact someone, just like Oda did last time, and just like
Okay.
ULAGO did.
I mean, yeah, I could I mean, we could make our way, and then I could contact them and see if it's even worth our time. But if we've already picked a place, I mean, we might as well just go there, right?
Yeah, it would help to, know if what we're looking for is even going to be there.
It's true.
Fuck it. Let's go to Celeste.
Yeah, you definitely can. Do you guys want to check with Pocket's contact before you go, or you just want to go?
It's up to Pocket.
I think I could step away and probably try to check.
Yeah, okay. You go back into the main cabin area and you're by yourself for a moment, and you dial in whatever wacky universal comm link number he has, and let me do one thing first. RD2. All right. Yeah, you call in and it doesn't ring or anything like you imagine a phone would. You just hear like a series of beeps. And on the other end, you expect to hear your dear friend Sessler Kodai, but instead you hear another voice.
Do I recognize? Oh,
Yes, you definitely do.
Hello, Diofang.
oh, I must have dialed the wrong number.
I don't think so. We've been waiting to hear from you.
All right, where's Sessler?
Preoccupied.
With what?
Death.
That makes no sense. How can he be preoccupied if he's dead?
Don't question these things, Fang. You got a smart mouth.
Okay, and how is he dead again? How did he die? Do I need to know? Do I want to know?
Well, we killed him.
And you hear like a guy in the background cracking up. Like just another goon like laughing in the background.
I'm thinking. I have to think about this, okay?
Yeah, you're silent for like a hot moment, and the guy on the other end goes,
Fang, hello. I don't have all day.
Yeah. Okay, wait, what district did we pick again? Or whatever, where are we going?
you said you were going to Sullust.
I don't think I would get this guy involved. I don't want him to come back. I just be like, you know what? Wrong number. And then I just
No. Yeah, you try to hang up and you hear like a and it keeps going.
What?
And he's like,
Don't hang up on me, Fang.
I don't need anything. I had a question for him. I don't have a question for you. I am not dragging you into this.
Oh, I don't care about what you need. It's about what I need.
Yeah, and what do you need?
A favor from you.
And why would I do a favor for? Oh wait. Yep.
yeah,
okay,
you
yep,
as you're about to say it, it like clicks.
yeah, let's hear it. Let's go.
What are you trying to get into?
Gotta steal a ship.
A ship, eh? The last one you
Yeah.
stole for us was pretty great.
I personally didn't steal that one, and would prefer if you had not stolen that one, but
Well, we got all the credits. We got the ship. And now we want something else.
Oh yeah, and what's that?
Depends where you go and you've got a debt to pay.
I've done paid my debt. I don't.
You're done when we say you're done.
I'd tell him like I kind of give him a very brief summation to where we're going and what we need to steal. But I wouldn't tell him why or where we came from.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, he's like,
If you're going to Sullust, I'll be in touch.
and it like clicks off.
How come he can hang up on me, but I can't hang up on him?
Look, when you roll obligation, shit happens. That's the way this shit works.
Rude. Okay, well, I guess I walk back out and look at everybody, and I'm like, yeah, so about my contact. He's dead.
How unfortunate.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, when you deal in crime, I guess that's kind of what happens. Eventually someone wants your treasure, right? Looks like we're going in blind.
He's dead like he didn't pick up dead, or
No, he's dead like someone that did pick up told me he was dead, that he had been killed. So
okay then. Well,
Right?
it was worth
Was that a
shot.
shock?
I mean, shock is one way to put. I actually don't know how he died. I wouldn't be surprised if it was from shock, because he kind of was a pretty unhealthy dude, you know?
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I don't give a fuck if he's dead. It's fine.
Well then,
Oh,
let's go.
Can I re-ask Jesse? What are these guys called again? The pink intoxicated elephants or something like that?
I'm sorry,
What
the
are they?
pink intoxic elephants? That's definitely not what they're called. That's definitely not what they're
The
called.
purple kitty
They
cat
are in
unicorn. I don't know.
fact. I have to look this up
remember.
because I have so many notes for your character. They are in fact called the. No, that's.
I like that pink intoxicated elephants would spell pie.
Yeah, I used to use that guild a lot in
The evil
MMORPG.
pie gang. The dread rabbits are what they called. Their symbol is a red rabbit, part octopus with crimson eyes. It's a dread rabbit from a faraway planet, and that's what they're named after. The just for informational purposes, you've already given them 1.9 million credits in a starship, and they want more. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
you know,
I hate to know what the syndicates with more threatening logos would have won.
well, these aren't. This isn't even a syndicate. These guys have no connection to any of the syndicates. A syndicate would have just killed DAEYO. These guys are just pirates, pirate scum.
I can
We don't actually know that she. Sorry, go ahead.
Delay.
I can at the very least do some research on our destination and perhaps the ship we desire.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. You
Yeah,
can
I
roll.
suggest that.
Yeah, you can roll for the ship information, and I can send you that if that's your jam.
Well, I just wanted to do a search of the planet and any likely owners of such ship or dealerships or anything relating to...
I mean, you wouldn't be able to do that until you got access to the actual servers and computers on any of the various.
But we have
shipyards
detailed
there.
information on that ship type?
Yeah, of course, because you know.
Alright, well, then
that's
that
just
would be good to know also for
a common ship.
For its electronic systems and ways to bypass any security or any stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get out of the way.
Give me a what kind of roll would this be for you? It's one of your lore rolls for sure. This would be probably warfare, or you could say education.
Alright, let's see. I think education has better.
Go for it.
Better
Yeah.
dice.
Oh yeah. You know plenty about this.
Oh yeah.
you know for sure, and feel free to share anything you think is ultra important to
We're moving a
everyone.
strain too.
Excellent. All right. Yeah. So what you know is that Corellian Corvettes, the CR90 Corvette is designed by Corellian Engineering Corporation. It is like the home of that corporation is on Corellia, of course. It is 150 meters in length. It has an atmospheric speed of 950 kilometers per hour. It has 6 dual turbo lasers and a crew capacity of between 46 and 165 people, but it can carry more than that. Like the passenger capacity is hundreds of people. It has a docking area for 3 A-wings, but also has docking rings to connect to bigger ships. It also has deflector shields, which chances are will not be operational while it's docked anywhere. But also that means the docking rings may be used by whatever the facility is you're trying to get access to. So you may not be able to like park your ship up on the docking ring and like sneak in, because it doesn't, don't work that way if it's hooked up to something else.
Do I have information on minimum crew required to pilot it?
Well,
And
that's the thing is Corellian Corvettes are known to be easily modified and changed. So Corellian Corvettes, it could be that you can find a ship that is completely and totally changed to work with a pirate crew or like a smuggler crew or a ship that is, for the most part, the back of it is all cargo space. And they removed a lot of the, excess crap in order to make it a faster ship. Or you could find a dozen different variations of a ship like this. Yeah, the Corellian Corvette is originally was a ship that was used as a transport ship for like diplomacy reasons, right? It would be, we're going to send our diplomats across the galaxy. It is not a warship. However, totally out of character because of what happens with the Galactic Republic and the Empire and the Rebels. The Rebels are like, oh, well, those ships are everywhere, so let's just like use them. And so they become outfitted for war, even though that's not their initial purpose. And so a ship like this, a new Corellian Corvette is designed to like transport rando people, but like a used one or one that would be found either on Sullust or on oh my god, my brain just died. Raxus Prime would be possibly ones that are designed for other purposes. Okay. Use all that information how you see fit.
I relay it all.
Okay. Do we know what our friends want to use this for?
Yeah, they need to get off the planet. They're going to live in it.
So it just needs to have lots of room.
No, it needs to be able to defend itself.
Or both.
Jump and...
DAEYO, ULAGO, you're both undesirables. Do you see anything in these plans that would help us hijack a ship of this sort?
Thank you.
No, you're not undesirable.
Aw.
She's the smuggler.
Nope, you heard him. I'm not undesirable.
But you are the smuggler.
Practically desirable, actually.
You're still the smuggler.
Perhaps
PR3 just knows you're desired by the Empire.
Look over
the Empire
planet.
really wants you.
That's pretty much it. That's the thinking there.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sam?
I said perhaps the smuggler might have an idea.
Yeah, can I do speaking of checks that I have and special skills, let me look, because I think I have one. I have a street smart skill, which allows me to remove 1 black die per rank of street smarts from streetwise and knowledge underworld checks. So this could be a streetwise or a knowledge underworld check.
It very well could be. Let me verify one thing about smugglers. Make me go back to the damn book. Look at me. Look at this nonsense. Streetwise.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
is
I
your
forget all
objective
the
in
stuff I
using
took.
this? Like, what are you trying to do by using Streetwise?
PR3 was asking basically like, well, what were you asking, PR3?
When we find this ship, how are we stealing it? The easiest way to like get it if it doesn't belong
Yeah.
to us.
So, like, do I know how to hotwire a Corellian cruiser?
All right. So, okay, that's the kind of thing I want to, because normal, like I want to know about stuff that would just be a knowledge underworld check. But like examples they give here is if your character's looking for a merchant who sells unsavory goods, or if you can pick up subtle clues or attitudes about like operating outside the law, or if you know how to deal with criminals and underworld people. So I would imagine that you would be using that in like, do you know how to, like, have you ever hotwired a vehicle before? Is that kind of what you're asking?
When you put
Like,
that
could you
way
do it
about the
again?
streetwise, then I guess what I would actually be wondering is more about like, have I ever stolen a ship before? And do I know the tricks of like, yeah, if you put a fake ship on the manifest and then, you know, convince the computer system that you've taken that one instead, and then everyone's looking for that ship while you fly away in the actual ship, you know, some sort of like process trick that seems more like streetwise or
Literally it says skills represented from a lifetime of experience in the underworld. So yeah. This is a good roll.
So
Go
knowledge
for it.
underworld, is that what you said?
No, Streetwise works.
Okay, streetwise. Do.
And you lower
remove the black?
lower it by 1?
Yeah, remove 1 black die.
Go to town.
And then I need to roll the skill. Where is it? Streetwise.
Yeah. You know that if you can get inside and you can get to the ship or into the computers, if PR3 can get you in the computers, you know for sure that you can change some manifests. Like, you might not have experience with operating in Imperial facilities, but by God, you know that you can mess around with like pirate computers or some like bootleg systems in the Outer Rim that no one, like, you've done it before. You've run this scam a million times and maybe have even stolen ships in the past.
Mm-hmm. So I explained that if you can get me to a computer terminal, maybe not in the Imperial base, but anywhere else, we can make this easy.
Very good.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, Hula looks at you and is like, all right, here's the information, and puts a different pad down with coordinates for you, PR3. And it takes you towards the Solace system.
She's
If
the
you're
pilot,
ready.
right? Smile.
She is. I mean, you said, yeah, she's a pilot. She can fly if you guys want to do that.
Does that take away from her other abilities?
No, I mean, right now she's piloting. So,
As it.
yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
As long as she doesn't mess with my radio station presets.
Yeah, she will not. She doesn't care about space radio. She likes space quiet. So she messes with the pads and the knobs and pulls up the little hyperdrive thing that for some reason doesn't look like anyone should touch it. It looks the flimsiest part of a ship, and she pushes it up and you hear the and you blast off into hyperspace on your way to Solace. It's going to take a little bit. Do you want to do anything before you get there? Now would be the time.
So she's piloting, so
Yeah, she's piloting. She's got it under control. She has a very high piloting skill. It's not even an issue.
We should keep her.
I'd walk up to ULAGO and say, "Hey, you got a minute to talk?"
Sure.
Like,
Not going anywhere.
not around anyone. Like, kind of in private.
Yeah, come on. He leads her to the captain's quarters.
Yeah. The two of you walk past Gizmo, who sort of goes into the cabin and begins to fiddle with some of the different like ports and things that are there. And Hula turns to him and is like, "You didn't tell me you had an astromech droid. This is great. I don't really need any of you in here." And she like looks at
Great.
UPR3 and Oda and is like, I guess you can do whatever. And Gizmo's like, and just sort of like messing with his new best friend as they pilot the ship.
I pat Gizmo on the head. Good job.
Yeah, and we cut back to DAEYO and ULAGO.
So, when I called my contact earlier, someone else picked up. Not good people. They're a bunch of pirates, and apparently they're the ones that killed him. And you can see like DAEYO is like visibly nervous about this.
Okay,
Well,
why are you so nervous?
they know where we're going, and I still owe them.
What do you mean you owe them?
I owe them a lot. They have something of mine, and well, I want it back. So they keep telling me to do favors.
What do you owe them?
It's something personal.
You owe them something personal?
No. They have something personal, so I owe them until they're satisfied. Then they'll give it back.
So it's not an amount,
No,
which means you're going to owe them forever
that's what I'm afraid of.
because they'll never be satisfied.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And what do they have, if you don't mind me asking?
Like I said, it's something personal.
Is it something that will be at risk if we run into these guys and, kill them?
Yes.
Right. So there's a good chance we are going to run into these guys.
I would assume so. If you see guys with a crimson-looking, scary, weird symbol on their armor, it's probably them. Never seen armor like it before. It's probably them.
Look, Daya, I want you to know that the people on the ship are in the business of helping each other. So if by telling us what they have on you helps us get it back, then you should confide in your friends.
It's what I'm trying to do with you. I don't know that lady that's, piloting the ship. I don't want her to know.
No. What have they got?
Jesse, can we do a swipe?
What do you mean?
Swipe where I don't say it on camera yet?
Sure. Yeah. But if you're saying it to Sam, find a way to.
You want to DM me?
Yeah, find a way to DM him the information.
Okay.
Yeah. You're about to speak, and the camera cuts back to Oda and PR3, who are now free to do whatever the hell they want to do.
This is an excellent opportunity for me to rest my circuits. I'll be over here.
Yeah. Give me a. Let's see. What kind of roll are you about to do? I feel like because you're not human, a medicine check doesn't help you.
Yeah.
But maybe you could do a mechanics check, and if you can roll your mechanics, you can based on your successes, we'll give you some.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So first off, I'm gonna let you completely clear your all your strain.
Cool.
And
Only had
something
4.
great happens. What great happens to you?
What great happens to me? Oh God. I figure out the solution to pi.
Wow.
I figured you would know that. I figured Droid would know that out to
Oh, yeah,
the
we just don't
billionth
tell anyone.
decimal.
It actually
I
does
don't
have
think
an
that's the-
ending.
It
It was working for the
It ends at
CIA the
3.
entire time.
Yeah.
Um,
What is? Yeah. Give me something that you think your character might be able to do. Maybe for the ship. Maybe for the crew. Maybe whatever. You get something. You get something Star Warsy that happens. Maybe you have a Dr. House moment where you shut down and you have a thought about something else, and you're like, I figured something else out.
Oh God. Nothing's coming to me when I have these open-ended questions. I don't know. Someone else
Well-
suggested. I'm open to suggestion.
Yeah, think about things that you might need, or things you might want to be able to fix on the ship, or things that might
Nothing's broken right
help
now.
you.
Maybe something about stealing the ship. Like,
Yeah, do I have an insight on the ship that we're going to get some secret thing?
maybe you know, like a
Sure.
hotwire
Maybe
code.
like whoever created it put a backdoor code in there that you could immediately start it up.
You completely remember that as a droid for a diplomat, since your master was one, I think we've revealed that. I think. Yeah, that you totally have been on these ships before. You
Mhm.
completely know the layouts, and more importantly, you know how to access different areas in the ship, so you can like go straight to the bridge. It's not even an issue. In fact,
Okay.
you are completely negating the ship map that I have. You don't even need it.
Cool.
You can just, you're not gonna have to fight room to room. You literally can just go straight to the bridge.
All
You
right.
know how to get there. It's
Great.
not even an issue for you. Yeah,
Fantastic.
done. Easy, done. Okay. Yeah, that's
I
your
wanna take-
revelation you have.
I want to take the time to recover my strain, if I can.
Yes, give me a medicine roll, please.
Medicine.
Nothing. You are so stressed.
I'd like
It's
to
like when you
and get
try to
some-
calm down and you like try to take a nap, but you sit there with your eyes open. You just
Yeah.
can't calm down.
Yeah, the reason why is as you lay there, you hear this like this hum, and it is coming from that box you all keep ignoring. It is humming loudly, and as you like approach it, the humming stops, and then when you go to close your eyes again, it suddenly like starts to build louder and louder and louder until you just wake up and you're like, oh my god, and you simply cannot go to bed.
Probably not important. I should keep ignoring that very auspicious plot device that my
Yeah.
DM has continued to throw at me.
Yeah, definitely keep ignoring it. It won't ever play a role as the MacGuffin of this entire story.
Can
I
I
promise you.
can I glean anything from this humming?
No, this isn't, because it isn't like a role for a, like, you didn't look into it. It literally is the reasoning behind why your character just can't sleep. It's just like a noise that it's like driving you crazy that it exists. You know this thing has only brought you trouble, and every time you look into it, you're like ready to make the search, but then you like get caught up in some other BS, and it is a constant pain in your ass.
She's like, you know, when you're like that exhausted level of angry where you're just like angry and not really thinking straight. She gets up and she's like, she can't have this in her room anymore. So she snatches it and she goes like stomping down the hall looking for some like other place to put it so that she can get some peace and quiet. Is there like a smuggler's compartment on this ship?
Everything you have on the ship is listed on the screen in front of you. You have your galley, your lounge, your shield generator, primary cargo hold, and then the 2 engine control areas. That's really it. You don't have any like secret smugglers areas on the ship.
I
You
want
can
to go
throw it
put
in the
it.
bathroom if you want. You can do it. I mean, there's,
I want to put it in the cabinet under the sink in the galley.
yeah, done. Yeah, you go in there and you like violently throw it in there and slam the door shut, and the humming stops. The humming just stops.
She walks away and tries to go sleep again.
Yeah. You go back to sleep, but much like the telltale heart, you hear the humming in your sleep.
Just blow that thing out the airlock already.
I'm gonna let you know if you blow that out the airlock. I'm literally gonna be like, the next time it's just gonna be there all of a sudden.
It's
I'm
be
just
one of
letting you know
those
right
that
now.
is
It's
haunted
just
as
gonna
hell.
just show back up.
It's a monkey's paw.
Oh hell yes. So yeah, you lay in bed unable to sleep, and we cut back to DAEYO and ULAGO post you revealing everything to ULAGO. DAEYO.
I think I'd be waiting for his response to what I told him.
Yeah, you've just told him whatever it was.
Yeah, he's kind of like hand on his face, arms folded. Okay.
I don't know how to go about dealing with these guys. I know I can't fight them. They don't know. I don't think they know who you all are. So maybe if they find me, away from you, they won't track me back to you or won't, pin you guys with me.
I mean, it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't know that we were with you. They've probably been
Think?
watching you. I mean, my limited experience in this as a soldier would be that I would get hold of one of them and I would make him squeal. So,
Really would like to make the main guy squeal, that's for sure.
we don't need the main guy. We just need a
Yeah.
lead. Right?
Yeah, I guess that works.
If they come looking for trouble, we'll get our hands on one of them and I'll make him talk.
All right.
Hey, DAEYO, I'm sorry this happened to you.
I'm over it. Just want it to be done. I think that's when she just turn and walk out, scratching her head.
Yeah.
Oh, DAEYO.
Yes?
Don't tell Oda.
Probably a good idea.
That's the realest. That's the realest shit I've ever heard. Good call. Yeah, DAEYO walks out of the room and leaves you alone, ULAGO. Is there anything you want to do before you exit hyperspace?
I'd probably attempt to release some strain. I got some strain cooking.
Yeah, give me a good old-fashioned medicine check, please.
Medicine check.
Yeah.
Do I have to find a stim pack again in order to wound heal?
Yes. If you want to do that in combat, for sure.
Are we in combat right now?
No. So you don't need to.
Oh.
If you want to take some time to heal your strain,
No, wounds.
wounds, yeah, you'd have to find a
What the fuck?
So I'm gonna say for hilarity's sake that you managed to heal 2. And we'll ignore, because you're not doing
Okay.
anything, and we'll ignore the.
He takes apart and cleans the guns. That's his.
Sure.
That's his therapy. Maybe jams his finger.
And then yeah, for you, DAEYO, it should be medicine, and we can see what you heal up on.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna let you. You can use the. We'll ignore the failure, and you can use the other things to restore strain if you need to.
I only have 1. Okay.
Then you can clear that. Okay. Yeah, as you do, you feel the ship rock as you bolt out of hyperspace and find yourselves. I need to give you a planet view. Oh, that's the wrong damn thing. A planet view. And you find yourselves above the planet of Solace. Thankfully, the good folks at Dice Entertainment have an updated model of what Solace is if you played Battlefront. So thankfully, we know what that kind of looks like. This big ass planet right here is kind of the view that you see. I'll move all y'all over to here. Bwomp. That's the planet that you see coming out of hyperspace.
Ooh, spooky.
It is a lava world. It is one that is hot and a mess, but above it are dozens and dozens and dozens of shipyards and docks and bases of sorts. You can see that they range from very, very high tech to kind of like, seems like they just, some group put this thing together at the last minute to house whatever they were trying to do. But also, more importantly, you notice there are many, many ship lanes. There are dozens and dozens. You can see that while you traveled there on a less used hyperdrive or hyperspace lane, there are 2 major hyperspace lanes where every few seconds another ship pops out of and sort of like forms a line of traffic around the planet. And there are 2 major ones that you can notice, but also little tiny little blue flashes around here and there of other ships coming through above the planet. It is busy. It is a busy world. One that you did not expect to be as busy as it is, but it definitely is.
Did you say when you said the shipyards were above it, you mean like in space? Like they're
In space. They're in orbit in space. And
so
there
it's
are
not
many
like
to
the
choose
shipyards
from.
are down on the planet, they're just above it.
No, you could go down there. There would be construction facilities on the planet. There would be docks there as well. For sure. You have so many options. Currently, for the purposes of the story and DMing, your options are small and like hapdash put together, medium on the planet, or large in orbit. All of them has their traps and downfalls. And just for the sake of the story, they all seem to have a Corellian Corvette there. Based on your scans, they all seem to have one. It just determines which of the three you want to go to.
Do I know anything from my smugglery about which would be the easier to steal a ship from? Like a large one because nobody's paying attention, or like a small one because they can't defend themselves well?
They all have their upsides and downsides. So a small one would be easier to steal from because there are probably less people on a more derelict, kind of falling apart station that has a Corellian Corvette hooked up to it. But also, chances are that's probably the people who don't want to be found, and the people who are not like, they don't want to deal with, forms and shit. So they'll probably fight the hardest to keep their ships, but it'll be the least amount of threat. A medium one, if you went down to the planet, would be easier to get around in because you're like on the surface. You don't have to deal with like space crap. You'd probably be inside a facility instead of like in the lava fields, but you would also have to deal with like workers and normal people that probably wouldn't try to kill you, but would definitely be in the way if a firefight broke out. And then the bigger ones, you're absolutely right. They're so big that chances are no one's really paying attention, but also if security gets called on you, hundreds of dudes are showing up. Like an entire security force will show up and try to stop you.
So I present to the group, I'm like, I think if we want to smash and grab, we should go for one of the small shipyards up here. But if we want to try and make this a stealth mission, we should try one of the large shipyards on the surface.
Jesse, I have a question.
Sure.
Where do I think that the people that might show up here would be? Probably the small ones? Like,
they said they would contact you when you got in system. So they'll ask you at some point, where are you? That's kind of what that is.
I won't lie.
They definitely aren't tracking you. Don't worry.
I feel like a stealth mission would be ideal for a group of our size, but
I feel like we're terrible at stealth.
you're terrible at stealth.
I'm not the only one, and I look at PR3.
I'm fantastic at stealth.
What aren't you fantastic at, PR3?
Stealth. He's not good at stealth.
I'm terrible at looking not good.
Look, it's about us all being confident with the plan. If you guys aren't confident with stealth, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah?
Yeah.
With
Yeah, I
either.
think so.
All right.
So what is your shipyard choice? Tiny, medium, or big?
Stealth was big,
advantage of
right?
tiny is also
Stealth
that we
was
don't
big.
have to take off from the planet surface again.
Yes, stealth is big, but stealth and medium are on the planet's surface. So you would have to take off from the planet. You'd have to then get through the atmosphere, past all the other crap. Tiny is in space. You'll definitely run into people, but you literally just like cast off and go.
Let's do tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny.
We should have all of our firepower ready. I pull out my stun
Alright.
grenades.
TR3, you want to go get on that the ship's gun?
Very well.
Yeah, Hula looks at you all and is just like, all right, let's do this. And the ship jerks and bobs and weaves in a way that you've never felt before. It's almost like this is a person who knows how to fly this ship.
Almost
And
like
for
she
the
can
first-
pilot.
Yeah, it's like the difference between someone who knows how to drive stick and someone who doesn't. It's that kind of experience where you are. It's very smooth. It's wild how well the ship handles, and you begin to approach one of these small shipyards above, and it looks pretty like it doesn't look like a shipyard. It looks like a series of welded sheets of permasteel, sort of like put together in a weird configuration. But you can see that there are several docks on the outside that literally look like someone took the dock of another like star forge or some sort of shipyard and then like glued it on the outside. And so you have 5 very pristine looking docks. In the middle of it is this kind of like piece of crap put together thing. But you can see underneath this is a Corellian Corvette. On the sides, it has markings. Let me see if I can give
Does
you
it look
an-
nice?
Let me see if I can give you the symbol of what is on the side. It looks like... Why they gotta make this so hard? It looks like... this. Save image as... This is the image that's on the side of this ship. This. As it loads very slowly. That's what it said. That's what it has on the side of the ship.
Do I
You
know
can-
what that symbol is?
You can roll for it, but this is gonna be tough for you.
Can I also roll?
Yeah. How do you want to roll these?
I want to
What
roll
knowledge checks are you gonna use?
either education or underworld.
Definitely Underworld. I would suggest for you. In fact,
That's
you
a
would
great
probably have to roll.
suggestion
Yeah, you
because I get to
probably have
take
to
away a
roll-
black one from that.
Damn. All right. Let's do PR3 first, and then we'll do you since we
Will
have to
mine be
remove a
like
die.
a
You have to do
lore roll?
Underworld as well, PR3.
Oh, Underworld? Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely an Underworld thing based on where you
Okay.
guys are at.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have no clue.
But
You don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. Go for it, DAEYO. Let's see what you got.
Can I do it too, though?
Yes, you can do it as well, but give me a sec to increase the die. Did you roll, Diofang? Oh wait, hold
I
on.
didn't.
Oda,
You
Oda, I
wanted
meant.
Oda.
Oh,
I
okay.
meant,
yeah.
I meant Oda. I'm so dumb. I'm
And
sorry.
you got the die, right? You said.
Yep, you're set up. Okay, and then will you roll for me, Dio? Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. PR3, Dio, neither of you know what this symbol is. Oda, you do. You know exactly what the symbol is. Will you roll me another Underworld check to see if you know more about it? Okay, you know what this symbol is, but you have no idea. You don't know anything about this group. But
Can
you know this.
I
would be
can
the-
use those to heal strain though, right?
Absolutely. You know you've seen the symbol before and you've heard it be named, but you have no idea what this group is. They're called the Crimson Dawn.
Hmm. Oh, that's the symbol of the Crimson Dawn. I've heard of them, but I don't know anything about them. Do you? Anyone?
Do I know about Crimson Dawn?
No.
Can he space Google it?
You can try, but I'm gonna let you know you're definitely not gonna find shit. But you absolutely can. You can definitely roll on that, but it could be bad for you.
Oh God! All right. Yep. I'm good.
I'm gonna let you know in advance. You can do it, but it's gonna be bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, that name doesn't sound very friendly.
Hula looks at you and she's like, well, no matter what, whoever we're stealing from is going to be a pirate or a gangster. No one we're about to steal from is friendly. Trust me, lady.
Well, I suppose it doesn't matter.
I think it decidedly does matter that we know who exactly we're going to steal from ahead of time.
Well, I don't think it does.
I think I gotta decide with the snarky robot on this one. We steal from the wrong person. We could have a bigger group of people after us than we already do. We steal from
Hold on. The blue girl said that she could hack into this, change the codes, get you out of there. I figured that we could do this. I wouldn't even brought this up if I didn't think you guys could do this.
That's what matter.
I know we can do it. It's just if we get caught, because we didn't want to go in stealthy, we piss off the wrong people. We got I don't know how many people chasing us versus some maybe shitty small pirate gang. Some up and comers. They're easy to steal from, take advantage of, get out of there. Don't have to worry about them.
Up and comers aren't going to have a ship like this.
You never know. They could have some serious backing.
For all we know, Crimson Dawn is a cadre of ship security enthusiasts that leave out desirable stealing things so that the thieves can be destroyed by their makeshift security systems.
Exactly what... Wait, what did you say?
We should know who we're stealing from. We have no idea what powers or resources they may have.
Look, feel free to know who you're stealing from, but it doesn't change the fact that we gotta steal it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying there were other options. We don't take the first thing we see.
You want to land on the planet to see our other options?
Do you know who Crimson Dawn is?
Oh. But I don't want to land on that planet.
Well, she seems like a pretty good pilot, so we keep her. She gets us out of there, right? I look at her, right?
I mean, yeah, she just nods at you, she's
Hula
skilled
can
enough
keep
that no matter
herself
what you
alive.
choose, yeah, she can do this.
Check out the. You said there was a medium one, right?
Yeah, it's down the planet though.
Yeah, well, we land there and maybe we try to be a little stealthier. Don't create, as much of a ruckus. Get in, get out.
What happens when we land down there and the ship belongs to someone even worse? And you're like,
Find out. Let's
we can
find
have
out.
this one or
Hey,
this
you
one.
were the one that said explore all the options. Now
Who
we're doing
says
it.
we have to land? Have you ever heard of a flyby? You can look down with your face out the window.
Hey, knock yourselves out.
Is that the plan? Is you guys gonna go look?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You take your ship into orbit. Thankfully, your friend is very skilled at piloting and has no trouble taking the ship into the atmosphere. And you can see the heat, waves coming off the ground and lava exploding from the tops of mountains. And it looks like the most inhospitable place ever. But you can also see, at least from your view, dozens, if not more, ships landing at little tiny platforms. It is a busy world. It's for some place that looks like hell, it's very busy. And the landing platform that she takes you above, you can see that a Corellian Corvette has landed on this platform, and it has this symbol. Whenever it loads. There you go. It has that symbol.
Can I roll an underworld check for that one?
Absolutely.
And me
And you
too?
remove the black die?
I did.
Oh yeah, you know about
Wait,
my
hold
skill
on.
that removes the black
Sorry,
die
that's
too,
the
right?
wrong. That's wrong. I don't know why that's there. Please roll again. Sorry.
It's like, wow, I did real bad.
No.
Still bad.
And I can roll
You
too?
have no idea what this is. You have never met these people before.
I can roll as well.
Yes, you can roll as well.
All right, and I did forget that I do have a skill that removes black dye. Did you know about that?
Ah, now I do. Remember that for me, please.
Yeah, no, now I do.
told you at the
because
beginning.
I forgot
wink,
all
wink.
about the skill tree. Okay, I'm looking.
Yeah.
I have what was it? Researcher, I believe.
Give me that roll.
Yeah, it's researcher. All right.
You can also roll 2 if you want to, DAEYO. If you want to see what this is.
All right. Is mine ready?
You just don't know. You just have no
I
clue.
got nothing.
Ah,
Oh,
but
baby.
DAEYO, Fang
Coming in
knows.
clutch.
Nice.
Yeah, the other 2 of you have never had any meetings with these guys, but DAEYO, you know that this ship belongs to the Pike Syndicate. The Pikes are a series, they are very, very proud aliens that the symbols almost like their symbol almost looks like their face. They are bad dudes. Like they don't do that whole like we're criminals with a conscience thing. They run drugs, they run slaves, they're huge into like prostitution. They like have drug dens on almost every world. They are known basically as like if you cross them, they kill you. That's it.
So we
Copy
wouldn't
to
have to feel
me.
bad about stealing from them.
True. They're like bad people. But if they discover that you've stolen from them, they will come for you.
Well, at
like
least we know what their
you will
resources
now
are.
have 2 cartels on your ass.
Not really interested
2
in
out of
having another
5. Hey, we
cartel.
still got 3. No, I think obviously I'd point and be like, "That's the Pikes. That's that contact I had. The one that's dead. He was last working with these guys. Actually, not good people. They're not good people. Very
Are
bad people."
they better people than the other ones?
We'd have to ask the other ones and maybe see.
What do
you don't
you
know anything about
mean?
You don't
At
know
least
anything
we
about the
know.
Crimson Dawn. You just know they exist. You don't know anything about them.
At
I
least we
mean
know
that-
their limitations.
Right. I mean, if they're having their ship repaired up there, probably an indication of lesser resources.
No, if
Maybe?
they're having their ship repaired up there, that means they're trying to hide a little harder than the guys down here.
They could
There's one
also
more
be
location,
very
too, you can go check
confident that
out.
No one would dare steal a ship from them.
I mean, let's do the flyby of the other one.
Yeah, okay. You fly by this last location. It is a huge shipyard. You can see dozens and dozens of ships docked at various landing areas, and there are small cargo ships flying in and out of it. It almost looks like a normal spaceport, except it's surrounded by lava and doesn't seem hospitable at all. And the Corellian Corvette you see there has this symbol on it. That symbol.
Gonna underworld check it.
Go for it.
Schwiggity checking.
Nope, you have no idea what this is. You spent a lot of time in the underworld, but you didn't really deal with cartels and stuff like that. You really don't know.
My God, I'm gonna get one of these. 1 black dice removed. Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Oh,
you know what this is. This person actually deals with the Empire. It is the symbol of Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, okay. Do I know anything about Jabba the Hutt aside from the name Jabba the Hutt and that he deals with the Empire?
Yeah, you know that Jabba the Hutt is one of the many Hutt crime lords. There are, in fact, some say uncountable numbers of Hutt crime lords throughout the galaxy. They do everything. They have their own sort of hierarchical structure, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Hutts are out there to make some cash, and they deal in slavery, and they deal in spice, and they deal in stolen goods and smuggling, which is, if you are a top-tier smuggler, you can get in good with the Hutts. And they also have bounty hunting as part of their repertoire. But more importantly, the Hutts, lately, in the last few years, have had dealings with the Empire in the smuggling arena. and it has to do with smuggling stolen gems of some sort. But you don't really know much about it.
That is the symbol of Jabba the Hutt, one of the many Hutt crime syndicate lords, who also has dealings with the Empire in various
You also know that Jabba the Hutt, one of his many bases, is located on the planet Tatooine in the Tattoo system, which is very close to where you were when you went to Arcanus.
Mhm.
It's in that same sector.
Yeah. I don't know if that's relevant right now, though.
Sure, but you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Pikes.
Think I'd go for.
I turn around to Oda and I'm like, you didn't even you wanted to rescue a bunch of children. These guys, not good guys. None of them. Not a single one of them's good guys. You don't like bad guys. Why not steal from some bad guys?
That's a good point. I'm with DAEYO.
I look
I
at
honestly don't
Pier 3.
care.
As long as we're aware of the limitations of our target to track us after the job is done.
Yeah, we gotta take care of any trackers or anything. Not that it matters once we drop it off.
Okay.
Alright.
So the plan. So who looks back at you is like, so the plan's going to be the medium one?
Yes, the medium one. The one right in the middle.
Yeah, she turns the ship around almost on a dime, and you begin to head back towards the medium shipyard. You park at one of the open landing bay areas, and you find yourselves right here. You land at one of the landing bay areas, and it is a circular room, much like, you know, every Star Wars landing bay. As you come through the ceiling and land in a room that around you are a series of generators with cable hookups, so you can hook up to the ship if you would want to. And then at the far corner, the star is a random droid technician who sort of perks up and looks at you as you land and begins to hobble his way towards you. And raise one droid finger, asking, "What the hell are you doing here?" But you, of course, you can't hear him, but he's like doing this as he moves towards you.
Well, you said I know exactly how to like get in, work the computers, tell them what they want to know, right?
To the ship itself. So basically, because you know how to. The reason why I canceled out the whole Jesse ship map thing is because PR3 knows how to get around the ship and how to access things, and you know how to turn the ship on and like get the hell out of there. So basically, the ship part of this campaign, once you find a ship, you negate the roles that you need to take the ship out. The two of you together can get the ship out of there. It just relies on, you know, what kind of ship you find and how it all works. But the two of you together are like ship stealing machines. But it has nothing to do with getting through the actual facility. But for the moment, you're all still on your ship.
DAEYO, you know about the Pikes. You should convince that droid that we're here to look at the ship.
Step out.
Yeah, the gangplank goes down, and the hiss of the steam and various gases shoots out the side, and the droid walks up to you, wagging its finger.
There is no parking here.
What do you mean there's no parking here? It's a dock.
This facility is reserved for the Pikes.
Yeah, I'm here to, speaking of, I'm here to, talk to them about something.
You have a scheduled business appointment?
I do now. Is there a leader here or anything?
There are no Pikes on facility. Shall I alert them?
No. Who's here then? Just you?
Incorrect. There are many here. 4 ships of crews.
So there's no pikes, but there's many pikes?
No pikes.
I like
It
look
like
back
glitches
and
a little bit. It's like bug eyes like glitch a little.
No pikes.
slap it over the head and say, make up your mind.
Yeah, you whap it and it's sort of like flimsy body, which is like sad because even by droid standard, PR3 is pretty flimsy. It's flimsy body, which is basically like a skeleton of pieced together parts, sort of like shakes as you do, and it glitches and looks back at you and is like,
No pikes. 43 individuals.
PR3, you got something you could do to this thing? Maybe to like, I don't know, hack, maybe
Perhaps.
scan it or something. I don't know. It seems a little busted. Hey, we got a question for you. Come here. And I like wave to the droid over.
yeah, the droid's like,
I am programmed to assist.
and like sort of like walks its way over to you.
You will posit that there are 43 individuals inside of this facility that are not pikes.
I do not posit. I know 43 sentient species.
If they are not pikes, then who are they?
And he just starts listing off. He's like humans, Sulistans, like just listing off names of species.
In what
But no pikes.
capacity and position do they occupy?
Crews. Station crew. Ship crew.
All right, I turn to DAEYO.
There you go. There's no management, only service staff.
Be easy to take then, right?
Perhaps it depends on the service staff.
That's true. Yep, okay.
I think we should pretend that we are sent by the Pikes to inspect the ship.
Right, you're the charming one. You convince him of that. I obviously am not the charming one here.
All right, I walk up to the droid and I'm like, we're sent by the Pikes to inspect the ship.
He looks at you and goes,
Which ship?
Point to it. That one.
you cannot see it from your position.
The
at the moment.
Corellian cruiser. Corvette.
Ah, Corellian Corvette, an excellent ship.
And he like points to the northern hallway.
He says, you may proceed that direction.
Thank you.
Oda,
Yes.
come here one sec.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna need a weapon with stun. So if you give me either your pistol or the rifle, just saying to borrow,
Oh, you want your gun back?
or I can take a pistol, a blaster.
What? Well, which do you want?
Which do you want?
Well, I have 3 blasters, so you can have one.
Okay, give me a blaster.
All right. I give you a yeah, it's just a normal blaster pistol.
Okay, cool.
Do you need the stats?
No, I'll get them.
Okay.
Okay. As you take the weapon from her, do you just proceed north or do you have another plan? What is your there is a western door, but it appears to be closed.
Did the robot tell us which way the Corvette was?
Said north.
Yeah, head north.
Okay. You head north as a group. If one of you, just so you could represent yourselves as a group, could put yourself on the map for me, that would be dope. As I reveal this. You find yourselves in a hallway. It is pretty. Is that you?
I threw Oda on the map, but I threw her in the dark and now I can't see her. There
That's
she is.
fine. There you go. There you go. I'm going to make this a is drawing, so you can move it around how you want to. Hopefully that works. And then we can shrink you down. Like, hold on. We can shrink you down like, there you go. All right. You guys find yourself in the hallway. There are tiles along the side that, even though this is not the most fancy station, it definitely has quality of life things that you are positive the one in space would not have. Along the side, there are arrows. that are moving holographically through the panels of the side walls. And you can see there are 4 arrows, each of them different colored. One of them is leading towards what it says is the Corellian Corvette, and it has like a stock photo of a Corellian Corvette. One of them is leading to a Corellian G8 rigger freighter. One of them is leading to a YV 2600 light freighter, and one of them is leading to a Lethic class freighter. All of them different strange ships, but you have all of these things that you can follow arrows to. But for the moment, you would like to continue following the arrow to the Corvette?
Yes.
All right. So you proceed down the hallway and you find yourselves here. As you move, you can see that the door behind you, the one that was locked or closed, sorry, also led here. And there's another door in this pretty big hallway. Like right now there's no one there, but this isn't like a tiny hallway. It's enough where side by side, all of you together with HOOLA straight up don't go from like wall to wall.
I think we're just like trying to hustle along as fast as we can to hit the Corvette as fast as we can.
Sure. Yeah, you move into the next room. You open the door just hisses open. And in the next room, you find yourselves in a big chamber. And in this chamber are many people hustling and bustling around. You can see crews, mechanical crews, going between different areas. There is a big grand staircase headed up, and it appears to be going to different areas of this facility. Most likely could lead you to where you're going, but you also see that there is another door to the west. And there are men and women of various species and race coming in and out of that doorway. And some of them are going upstairs, some are coming downstairs. I mean, there are a lot of people here. You have walked into an active starport.
I want to like hide my face as much as possible, like pull up a hood if I can, and
Sure.
just like do the walk of somebody who is supposed to be there and knows where they're going. Like I don't have a hall pass, but the principal's not going to stop me. Walk.
Okay, do any of you want to do a check to see just anything about this place, about this room, this big open area?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a perception check if that is your plan.
Perception, eh?
Cool.
Woohoo.
Anyone else?
I see everything.
Oh my god. Lago, not too great, but
Doesn't see shit.
yeah, Lago sees a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people.
Elago's too busy people watching for signs of trouble. He doesn't
that
know
guy's
anything about the
nose.
room.
Does anyone else want to give it a shot? Oda, do you want to try this, or are you just like?
I think like
Covering up.
lore wise, she's just like not paying attention other than trying to beeline it toward the Corvette. So I would just
Of
for the
course.
fun of it as a player, but I don't think Oda would.
Gotcha. Yeah, PR3. What you notice is that around the facility there are, as you've been walking through the hallways, all these arrows and all these different things that are making your quality of life so easy to find where you're going are also being used to monitor you. There are like
Ooh.
actual things tracking you in the walls as you move through.
Okay.
DAEYO, what you know is as you've entered this area, the group of you coming through, which is like a blue-skinned woman, a green-skinned dude, an Imperial droid, a big buff lady, and a Duros woman, you all look like the most ragtag group of people are just like, people are watching you. You didn't just like go in and then be like, we're mixing in. Most of the people there look like they belong and they have different outfits or like crew outfits. You look like you're just like you came off a random freighter and you just don't look like you belong. Not that you look like trouble, you just don't look like you belong there. And you notice that people are looking at you.
Look at me specifically. I'll like sneer at them.
Yeah, and they just like look away. Yeah, they look away like, oh, I wasn't even looking at you, right? And they just go back to their work.
to ULAGO and I whisper, "Everyone's noticed us. We're being watched."
We're also being tracked in the floor.
Okay, so we got to find the security room.
I also suggest perhaps finding some sort of changing room and getting into a uniform. Perhaps tell people you're on rotation and you just got here.
I mean, if we find the security room, we can just get rid of the evidence.
The less people looking at you, the better.
I agree with him. I think we should try to blend in a little better.
Okay, any ideas how?
Yeah, we use her. And I point to Oda.
How me?
We need to find out where to change. It's gonna be weird if I go ask him. It's always weird when I ask him. It's gonna be weird if he asks him.
I'll ask him.
Yeah,
Try not to shoot anyone.
I agree with him. Try not to shoot anyone.
Why is that always the assumption?
You shot a cave once.
Yes.
You're never gonna let him live it down.
Literally the ceiling of a cave where there was no imminent danger or
I
threat
shot
whatsoever.
into the cave.
Or did you think its vital organs were there?
No, it lit the cave up. I don't have to explain tactics to a droid.
What did caves do
Okay.
to you in the past? Did they harm you?
I look for someone who seems approachable in this fucking hangar.
Yeah. You can see that most people seem to be avoiding the group of you, not because they don't care, but because they don't seem to want any trouble. You all look like trouble. And not like the violent kind, but like, I don't want to be associated with them. They look rough. So you can like pull someone aside, but everyone's actively like no one's like
Yeah.
people
gonna-
looking at you, they see you and then they immediately look away.
I'm gonna pull someone aside.
Okay. Yeah, let me see who you pull aside. D4. Excellent. Yeah, one of the just smaller humans, a young woman with short black hair, it walks by you and just is a little closer than everyone else, and you pull her to the side and she seems startled. Not like afraid, but she's like, what?
Hi. Sorry.
Hi? And she's like looking around like, do I need to scream?
I'm the new hired help here. Protection. Pike's expecting some trouble. But
Oh, thank God. Okay, yes.
I need to just, what I'm wearing is probably giving off a bad vibe. I think I need to get
Yes,
changed.
it is.
There somewhere I can just,
You look like a
Look-
soldier. What are you doing?
yeah, well,
I don't.
I misread the level of danger that would be required. So I came prepared, over prepared, you might say.
Oh, it happens. They tell everyone it's a lava world and people freak out.
Right?
It's not that bad.
I didn't know what to expect, lava world. But now I see
understand.
I am causing some alarm. Is there
Very
anywhere I
much.
could go change?
Everyone, the minute you all got picked up by the sensors, everyone here was freaking out. We thought you were here to cause trouble.
Oh no. Well, feel free to let people know we're the hired help. We're here to just protect the.
Okay,
The
I will.
station.
Yes.
But
All right.
as I mentioned, it would be great if there was somewhere we could change.
Oh, the lockers are that way. And she points to the west.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I am so relieved. And she like pats you on the shoulder and she's like, wherever they have you stationed, I hope you have a good time. And she like just bolts away. You can tell she's not relieved. She's still horrified by you. You definitely
Yeah.
still scare her, but she like
He's
is less tense.
a big guy too, so there's like a
Yeah.
a pat up.
Yeah, it's like when you see a dude who you definitely know could hurt you, but he's like really nice, and you're like, I'm gonna be nice to you, but I'm still afraid you definitely could hurt me. Yeah, that's she has
Yeah.
that vibe with you.
Dude,
And
you
she,
look like you look like
kinda
that mall
gestures-
security that like failed out of the police academy, but they still go like to their job with all
Yeah,
the
and they
stuff
wear
on.
shades inside all the time. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
ULAGO kind of gestures with his hand for the group to follow and heads towards where she pointed out the lockers to be.
Yeah.
Nice job.
The group of you head that way, and the doors open, and it's another longer hallway. And this hallway, again, has arrows, but all but one arrow is pointing back to the main area. The arrow going this way is the Lethic class freighter, and it's continuing to go this way. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
So
just keep going that way. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of lockers eventually.
You enter another area, and it's a big open area. And here before you, in a hold, is this Lethic freighter. It is not as big as your ship, but it is still pretty big. And you can see their crews working on it, and there's a giant open area above you that can fit a ship that is long and rectangular, rather than your ship, which is sort of like compact and almost like perfect for a circular room. And there are crews hooking things up to it. It definitely appears like this is a ship that would, have a smaller crew than yours. Your ship can actually like keep people on it. This looks like it has a crew capacity of at least 3, maybe. So yeah, it's a little bit smaller than your ship, and it's older too. It definitely looks like a ship that has been around for a while. There are scorch marks all over it. It doesn't appear like it has the same weapon array or shields like your ship does, but it does, at least from your initial scans, as you walk past it. It definitely does have a port that you could shoot concussion missiles out of if you wanted to. It is just sitting there, and there are Sullistan's running around it, laughing at a joke, so you can get the Star Wars Sullistan laugh as they hook up tubes and wiring to it, and various pit droids are scurrying around you as you work. And there's a northern and southern path.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go north because that's where he pointed.
Yeah.
Can we get a map layout, maybe? Is there a terminal to get to?
Not in this room, no.
Okay. North it is.
All right. Yeah, you head north, and you find yourselves once again in another secured hallway. This time, there are no arrows. There's nothing on the walls pointing in any direction. But the doorway ahead of you says crew access only.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I should move you guys. Right there.
Can we open it anyway?
Yeah, it just says crew access only. It doesn't, it's not locked. It just says crew access only.
Well, I open it then.
Yeah. As you go in, you see a room that is pretty sizable. And inside are lockers all along the walls and various equipment, utility harnesses and levitation trays and things that would be able to move equipment. All of them are empty, and they seem to be powered down. And then you can see some pit hats around and some overalls and different things that are not in lockers. But there are, to your estimation, over 100 lockers in this room. There are benches spread throughout as well.
Perfect place to get crew uniforms, right?
Seems
She
like it.
flings open a locker. Is there one unlocked?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There are many lockers that actually have locks that are Star Wars looking locks. But then there are many lockers that are just not. There's no code or combination. Yeah, you pop open one of them, and inside is someone's suit. It has orange vest, and it has the gray boring outfit of a pitman's sort of overalls.
Look like it would fit best of our party.
It just looks like a normal average size. So probably not DAEYO.
Would it fit me?
Sure.
I'll put it on.
Yeah. What do you do with the rest of your outfit?
I try to like. Is there like a backpack or a bag or something in one of these lockers too?
We'll do a search for sure. You can do a perception check to find one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, you open one of the lockers and there's someone's knapsack in there. It is one of the drawstring ones. It's very Star Warsy. It looks leathery, but it's a drawstring backpack. And you can put all of your robes and various accoutrements in there. But again, you guys still have weapons. So you don't have to find places for all these for each of you. But for you, you can put your blasters and other things, wink, inside that bag if you need to.
Can I tuck my lightsaber like somehow in a pocket or something, or underneath these coveralls somewhere? Is there
Of
like
course,
an interior
yeah, of course you
pocket?
can. Mhm.
Okay. And I also do that with one of my stun grenades.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of you, do you want to do the same? Look for outfits?
I want to look for an oversized outfit that I can try to put on over this. I will look so bulky and overweight, it won't even matter. I don't want to take my armor.
Yeah, okay. Give me a roll. Give me a perception check. Let's see if you can find it.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. You open many lockers, but
I
you
just keep going.
eventually find some. It belongs to a Gamorrean named Bork, and it stinks very badly. You can see that there are like pit stains, and it is like there's stains along the front of where he was eating something that was red. And so there's like red dribbles down the front. It hasn't been cleaned in some times, but this is the only thing that fits you.
You know, I was going to say the search stressed me out, but I think this is what stresses me.
Yep.
I'm just grumbling the whole time I'm putting this on.
But you manage to put it on over your armor. You look ridiculous, and it stinks. Like, not so much to the ones around you, but to you, you can, like, there's scent wafting off of it. Definitely, like, the scent of BO, like, but pig BO is coming off of it.
Hey,
God.
Yeah,
Anyone got-
Gamorreans, the big green
Yeah, I
pig
know,
men.
but still.
That's who you're wearing. You're wearing one of his outfits. ULAGO, what is your plan?
Dude, is there just like a big cape or something? Some kind of cloak?
A big cape?
Hooded cloak? I can't leave armor here.
True. You can search for a big cape. It's going to be harder to find than everything else.
Yeah, just like a cloak or something.
Yeah, go for it.
We're rolling perception.
Yep, you're giving it a look. It smells like pork. It does not. Nope, you cannot find a big cape.
Okay.
I'll also look around for something to cover him.
Sure, yeah. What are you looking for? What are you trying to look for to cover him?
Anything.
Just the fucking...
Even if it's what? You cut out.
Sam?
Oh, your sound just died, dude.
Oh no! Oh no!
Something got bumped.
The force got him.
it did sound like a forced crackle.
Yeah.
Like I look for any. I'm less picky than he is when I search. So if there's like a moo or something stupid, like a
He can have
yeah.
a tablecloth.
Give me a look. What are you trying to find for him? Yes. Weirdly enough, you find a like a purple and pink, brightly colored hollow moo in the exact same locker as this one that DAEYO was in.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is very stinky. It has stains on it as well, but it will fit over ULAGO.
When you
And
give
his armor.
your advantage to someone else's role, is that like that? How long does it last? Like if we leave here, does that like stay there forever until he uses a
It's a
roll of any
combat
kind?
thing.
Oh, it's the
It
only
would
thing,
be
okay.
like, or if he does another roll for something,
Okay.
maybe like roll for microphone check. It could
Yeah,
work, but
well,
it sounds like a cord, Sam. It sounds like a wire frazzled. Oh,
oh,
there
I
you
heard
go.
you. I heard
Am I
you.
back? Hello?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Cool. What
So
did you
yeah,
want to say?
PR3 gives you this giant moo.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you wanna are you gonna roll again before we leave here?
I rip a hole for the head and just put it on. over the
Okay.
top.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, you have this. It like goes down past like your legs. It's like a train of fabric behind you. It is far too big for you. But it covers your armor, and it looks like it's a big purple, one colored purple fabric, but around it are little hollow designs in pink.
All right. If it's trailing, I'll rip it till it's like, shin height, shin length.
Yeah. Give me a We'll determine how well you rip it. Give me a brawn roll, please.
Coordination?
Okay, I'll allow coordination. Yeah. All right, you do great. You managed to rip the bottom of it to the point where it doesn't seem to be fraying or look totally like you've just ripped a thing.
Oh, I'm
Unless
okay
people
with
are
it fraying. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, unless people are really looking, they won't notice that you've ripped this thing apart. It just looks like Star Wars fashion. And so, yeah, now you have a slightly shorter moo that is purple with this hollow pink going throughout it. What about you, PR3? Are you going to try and do anything, or are you just... I'm a droid.
You all look absurd, which is good because so does everyone else here.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure how exactly I would cover up anything.
I mean, a droid in a pit uniform would look ridiculous anyway, so you're fine.
A droid is a droid is a droid.
Mm-hmm. So the group of you are ready to head back out. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you move back down the hallway and outside into the main area. And this time, no one's really giving you looks because you look out of place, but they're definitely looking at you, ULAGO, because you look ridiculous. Like you look like they've seen.
How could I look that ridiculous?
You look ridiculous. And you can see in the distance that there is this Gamorrean in a outfit.
Oh no.
Looking at you, kind of like, I have one of those, but not really. He's far enough away that he can't really tell. But he's like, cocks his head like, and goes back to work. You have an exit to the south, and you can go back to the main corridor where you were at.
South is the only way we can go, right?
Yeah, south's the only way.
Well, there's east as well. We'll take you back to the main area where the stairs were.
But the
big
ship's not
grand
there.
stairs. Well, the ship, the arrows were not. The only arrow pointing anywhere was the one you are standing in the room with now. All the other arrows point back to the previous room.
Now we could go find security too if we want to stop being tracked.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Oh, sorry. Let me in character that.
Perhaps we should find security and disable tracking at this point.
So we have the opportunity. I agree.
Oh, this smells terrible. Like holding the shirt away a little. Like,
Oh God.
all right.
And we know
yeah.
security where we came from, right? Because we received it.
You did not cross security. You have not crossed security yet.
Yeah. So we should continue to the south and see if it's there.
Let's take a peek. It's right there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the group of you head south out of this room and find yourself in a hallway with 2 doors.
Are there any signs on the doors? Are there any
No.
arrows on the floors?
Nope, there are no more arrows in this entire area. The only arrow went to the room you were just in, the large room you're just in. Again, this is a big hallway. This is a medium-sized facility. It's not like cramped or anything.
Mm-hmm.
There are people walking past you, going through the doors. It's not like you're in a secret area or anything. You're just like out in public.
Left or right?
Left.
Right. Left.
Okay, let's go right. You said right?
I said left. Right?
Y'all about to
F.
who's on force this shit, and I'm
This is not
Stormtroopers
a
appear and kill you
comedy
all.
routine. Let's go left.
Okay, left.
okay. You go to the left and enter a small room. Well, by the size of this facility, small. Inside is a series of desks and filing systems and people working at the desk, like tapping away at keypads into big Star Warsy screens that look like the future but were designed in the 80s. And you can see that there are people walking around checking numbers and looking at large charts that detail fuel intake and energy management. And it looks like this is just the bureaucracy of keeping this facility running, is what it looks like to you.
Mm-hmm.
Where to now?
Again?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said left again.
Left. There's a left?
Well, isn't
Oh,
there?
south.
They're south
Yeah.
or east.
Well, I guess east would be to our left if we came in the room.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Our left hands.
Sure.
My brain.
You head down one more room and you find yourself again in another hallway. This time there appears to be a line forming at the door at the end.
To one and I go, is this the line for letting
a
them
little-
finish the sentence?
Yeah. A little tiny Bothan turns around and is just like, the door for the turbo lift.
Oh, of course. Good. Do we want to take the turbo lift?
And he turns around and he's like, don't cut.
I am
Go back to waiting in
relatively
line.
new here. What is up the turbo lift? Or down?
The second floor.
What's on the second floor?
God. Other ships. Security. The cafeteria. God, there's a lot up there.
Oh, good. I'm starving.
Yes, I am starving as well.
Walk up, like right behind the guy, so the smell just kind of emits onto him.
He coughs. He's like, maybe you should stop eating.
I just said I'm starving. I'm gonna eat more.
Yeah. It seems like you
Sick?
don't know how.
Dude, if you're sick, cough the other way. Cough on them.
Yeah, he covers up his dog-like mouth and covers it up and like coughs into it, and sort of scoots a little bit ahead of you, almost into the guy in front of him. And the guy in front of him is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, and just points back to you. And the guy in front of him looks at your uniform and is just like grossed out by how disgusting it is. And so the door opens and you can see beyond that the room itself there's a big turbo lift and they're going like 5 at a time up. And as it comes back down, another group get on and it shoots back up. And you can see that people are waiting in groups to go on this big lift.
You're ahead of us.
It'll take you at least 3 trips to go up, of like it going back and forth. There's a big line.
Attention everyone here. I was sent to augment your medical facility, and I have just detected a new biological agent in the air emitting from this Bothan here. I call it Bovid-19. You are all potentially infected. Please report to the changing room immediately, and a medical team will be there directly. This is not a test.
Will you roll a deception check for me, please?
Of course I will, Jesse Cox.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, pal.
I'm really hoping you fail. Yay! Perfect.
I
Yeah.
hate you.
You do this, and you like point to this Bothan who's just like, he looks at you totally just blown away that this just happened. And from the other room that you're waiting to get into, a human turns around and looks at you. He's like, "Is that an Imperial droid?"
God damn it.
Boo! And he like throws an apple at you, and it like hits you and bounces off your thing. And everyone else turns around, and like the packed lunches they've brought to go to the cafeteria, they take their food and just start chucking it at you, like, "Get out of here, imp!" And they start screaming at the group of you, like, "Get out of here, boo! Boo!"
I'm gonna try and keep walking forward to the lift, like stepping as close as I can to people, just like letting them get a nice whiff of this perfume.
They are outraged. They aren't even focusing on the scent. They have the scent of rage in their nostrils. They see an Imperial protocol droid on their planet, and they are not feeling it. And you guys like were standing in line with him, and so they're just yelling at all of you, like, "Get out of here, boo!" The crowd is turned on you.
Can't we pretend we're not with him? Like use this as the disturbance?
You 100% can try. Absolutely. I would love to see that roll. I would imagine
on myself.
You could either stealth, or you could give me another option.
Yeah, I want to stealth. And I want to. Yeah, and I want. Basically, I want to whisper to him like, "Nice distraction," and then try to just get to the turbo lift and motion everyone else to follow me. And I have a skill. I don't remember what it is, but I remember it has to do with stealth. Just a second.
You should probably throw vegetables at me.
Good idea.
Well, they're not. It's not just vegetables. Oh man, it's like cartons of blue milk, and
man.
Oh yeah, death sticks. The guy threw a pack of his death sticks at you. He's like, "Boo! Get out of here!" They hate you.
I want to roll something.
Wow.
I have
some guy took his thermos of calf and just chucked it.
Luckily, I don't go into virus cleansing mode and spray them with my flamethrower.
You do have a flamethrower.
I do have a
flamethrower. I'm gonna use sleight of mind to add 1 blue to my stealth check, unless the opposition is immune to force checks, which I'm certain they're not.
Give me a force roll. Roll your actual force die.
Why does it have to be force?
Because that's what your ability is. Sleight of mind is a force thing, right?
But it says add 1 blue to a stealth check. So how do I?
Well, first, what you're doing is you're not rolling to see if you can do it. Like, that's a different roll. This is deciding what part of the force you're going to use. Is this light side or dark side?
I see.
Not the dice pool. The one above, the one right in the middle. That's your force point. I'm not sure what it looks like on your screen, but I can roll one.
That's always been what I roll. Before.
Did you have one listed? It didn't show up.
Yeah, I did.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, you can totally do this. It's gonna take you to the dark side though.
All right, I don't want to use my skill. I just want to try to normal stealth then.
All right.
I augment the roll.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that buff. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, I
yeah,
still
totally.
have the die on. Whoops, sorry.
Don't worry about it. You nail this. You managed to, as this is from like the camera's perspective of people watching, as everyone's like, "Boo this man, boo!" And they're like throwing stuff at you. PR3. In the background, you kind of see like Oda just sneaking by, up against the wall, moving towards the turbo lift. What about the rest of you? And of course, yeah, as you're like, "Boo!" HOOLA is next to you, like, "Yes, boo, boo, boo!" And she's still wearing her like flight suit.
Can I roll stealth for HOOLA and I?
HOOLA's in. HOOLA can do this.
All right, cool.
She is
I'll roll stealth myself.
A trained, stealthy person. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, ULAGO, you join them. You're along the wall with them, and you're all
I'll give the advantage to DAEYO.
Okay. DAEYO, roll for me your stealth, please.
Hold on, I'm still debating what she'd do here. Well, if PR3 has those nice flamethrowers, she's gonna try and get.
Is your assumption
Well-
that PR3 is going to set everyone on fire? Is that what you're here
My
for?
assumption is that
Is
he's
that what
gonna-
she's saying?
I'm about 2
I mean,
seconds from threatening it at
I'll-
least.
If he is, I'm not gonna stand next to him. No way.
All I have to do is give a couple
Okay.
puffs of fire into the air and tell everyone I'm about to cleanse them.
Yeah, DAEYO, you begin to like join everyone in your sneak, but you're so bulky right now that you keep like hitting people as you're going through, and strangers are turning and looking at you like, watch where you're going! Like, God, you smell, and they're like all notice you specifically. They don't notice anyone else. They all
Aw.
notice that you go to the turbo lift and the group of you get on it. PR3, what do you want to do? They're all on the turbo lift right now.
On it, I made it on there.
Yeah, you made it on there. It's just everyone noticed you made it on there.
I want to specifically say that halfway through, the guy that yelled, watch where you're going. I reach down and I pick up the thermal of calf, and then I'm like, hey, look! And then I open my armpit right in this guy's face, just right
And,
there.
yeah,
and
he takes a whiff, and on a 4 or above, he passes the hell out. Yeah, he takes a whiff and just falls on the ground and passes out.
okay, I want to give a blue die to
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, PR3, you're like, what is your plan? You see them all in the turbo lift.
Um,
Are you going to try and join them, or are you just going to like, what are you doing here?
whatchamacallit? What is the Pike? What is their actual name of their organization?
The Pike
Pike.
Syndicate?
Yes.
I was a former Imperial droid, and I have been requisitioned by the Pike Syndicate and reprogrammed for medical purposes. Despite my paint job, I am not lying. You will be cleansed of the virus in T-minus 10 seconds, unless you move yourself to the changing room area immediately.
And I poof some fire out into the air above their heads.
Nice.
Damn, okay. Yeah, you are trying, what are you trying to do here?
I mean,
You're definitely
I guess,
threatening them.
Well, is there a threatened skill check?
There's not a threatened skill
A
check,
coercion,
but
but yeah.
you could definitely coerce them into leaving with the power of weaponry.
My coercion dice is awful.
But also, I mean, you
deception
can
again,
say,
honestly.
Yeah, you could say that you aren't really gonna kill them, so
Well,
you
I'm
can
not going
deceive
to.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm. No, I'm
Okay,
not going to
yeah,
shoot
go
anyone
for
with flamethrowers. That would be awful.
Remember, you have
God
force points
damn
too.
it!
Okay. Yeah, you say this. How the hell is that possible?
I don't
yeah,
understand.
you say that to them. You say that to them, and they look at you like you're just a droid, dude. No one. These are hard, grizzled factory. Like they come from a crappy planet. They are working at a starport. They repair spaceships for a living. They they've seen some crap. You're a droid. They don't even like boo as you say it, they're like boo. They loudly like group around you and begin to like sort of like push you back into the hallway.
I definitely
good.
spray them with my flamethrower at this point.
not
Okay.
good. This is not
Is that what
I
you
know,
wanna
I
do?
know. It's fucking everyone over if I do that. No, I'm good. I'll fucking
Okay,
just
yeah.
leave. I'm just leaving.
Okay.
I look at the others. I'm like, should we not like help him here? We kind of need him.
Maybe we can.
He might be useful.
I
in
start my
security
booing,
as
and I'm
well.
like, "Boo, droid! Get in the turbo lift and get away from here!" And I try to like pull him.
away from here.
Yeah, I try to like, gross, get him away from the mob and put him in the
Yeah.
turbo lift.
As she does that,
like
yeah, let's get this guy to security. Turn him in. Blah
There
blah
you
blah.
go.
I can grab him.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. That if you can do a coercion check for me, that could work.
Coercion. I can't
Can
use
I-
charm.
I have.
I mean, charm isn't really like I'm gonna try and convince a large group of people. Yeah, coercion, you definitely do. You're like, let's take this guy to security, yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, and they all hand you they lift PR3 up and over the mob and like slam him down in the turbo lift, and they're all shouting profanities at him. and you press the button, and the door closes, and you shoot up, and the sound of the mob begins to fade, and you find yourselves. If I can slowly give you this.
That was most egregious.
Like help Pierre 3 up,
Good
stand him
job.
up.
Am
Yeah,
I
you find yourselves
dented?
here. And you come off the turbo lift, and it's a much larger, much more open area, and you can see that it's kind of like a place where people are relaxing. There are benches and tables, and it's an open air. Like from above, you can feel the heat of the world around you, this volcano world. But around the edge of this room are like future air conditioners. So people are relaxing. You can see people having lunch. There are other people that were in front of you on the turbo lift who are moving in groups ahead to the door leading to the west. But it's just like a place for employees and crews. You notice that around the area there are different uniformed crews of people chilling out. Like one is laying on a bench with his eyes closed, and like nearby there's another one having a conversation with like a random worker. It's very peaceful, doesn't seem disturbing at all. And it's like no one up here knows of the trouble you've caused below. And that, I think, because of time, is where we will end for today. All right.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We used
good
our
work,
skills,
gang.
Jesse. Are you proud of us?
I'm very proud.
Yay.
You used your skills so well, you totally forgot you had force die. That would have helped. That would have helped you all. It was some
Oh
rolls,
yeah.
but it was fine.
My
Yeah, no,
skills
it was,
only kill, so I couldn't use them.
that's true. That's true. You're a born killer. And then your group told you not to. They were like, "Don't shoot." So you'll be fine. This should be great. Okay, let's as per usual with our new format here, we have just enough time for a few questions or thoughts or comments. If you're watching right now and you want to ask a question, JP is out there. He's on all of your channels right now, you four and me, I guess.
All of them.
And he just showed up. He's sneaking around. If you have questions, he's gonna like pester people, and he'll try to DM them to me. But for now, let's talk to you. What are your thoughts? What's your vibe about this episode?
I think it was really funny that we were getting crap about not having a plan and how bad that was, but we did not have a plan when we went into that Imperial stronghold, and it worked out fine. So maybe no plan is our plan.
I still have 5 wounds from that. Thank you very much.
She's still very hurt.
Mhm.
You guys need like a full rest somewhere. So you need to take like a day off.
Yeah, we gotta
Yes.
avoid burnout.
Yeah, I was gonna say to
Uh,
ULAGO's friend at the beginning when she was like, "You going with no plan?" I was gonna be like, "Our procedure is we have no procedure."
It's what it feels like, but that's almost every role playing thing I've ever been a part of. No one has had a damn
Also,
plan.
every Star Wars movie, the only time they ever have a plan is like the final fight scene where they're like, "All right, gather around, everyone, plan." But the first 2 hours is everyone just winging it like crazy.
And no one, even at the end, the plan never goes according to plan.
No.
Some dude with the Force has to show up and be like, "Use the Force," and then they're like, "Oh, okay, that's the plan now. We give
Yeah.
in to the Force and let it do the work for us." Yeah, every
My
time.
chat's been saying that no plan is the Jedi way. So it's
Yep.
the most true use of the Force.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it works. Anything else? Anything
Delgado's
about
definitely out of his league in this scenario. Yeah, he doesn't really know what to do.
why do you say just for like the smuggling bit? Is that why?
I mean, like he's a soldier. Like, he doesn't really like know how to do all this guard. He doesn't know how they're gonna pilot a fucking 25-man cruise ship out of there.
Sure.
Doesn't know how they're even gonna like get it. Just he's kind of like lost. He's wearing a poncho and he's got a blaster in his hand beneath the poncho, and he's just like waiting to
man.
shoot someone when he needs to. But that's like kind of it.
I love that for your character. I think that's great. I love your character's just like, I can kill people when I need to kill people, but this
Yeah.
whole like we have to walk through a like completely crowded. You definitely would have been more useful on option number 1
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Anything
Yeah.
else from you four as you this was sort of a free-flowing episode. Usually I'm like, let's try to make each episode like its own thing. This time I was like, let's see where we go. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna let you do this adventure on your own. So yeah, any thoughts on that aspect?
Are we allowed to know who the Crimson Dawn were now? Because I forget.
Out of character,
Yeah.
go watch the movie Solo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They're those people. There are in the galaxy proper, there are the Hutts, the Pikes, the Black Sun. Shoot. I'm trying to think of the other ones. There are 5 total big cartels. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Hutts, the Pikes, the Crimson Dawn, Black Sun, and one other that I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, and they're like the big 5. There's a bigger story there, but that's for you to unlock if that's your jam. Yeah, I mean that's each one of those was going to be trouble. No matter what, you were set up for trouble either way. Like whether you stole from the Hutts or you stole from the Pikes or you stole from the Crimson Dawn, no matter what, this is Sullust. So to give you an example of like the 3 choices, Corellia was you'd either have to deal with corporations or the Empire, right? You'd have 2 choices there.
Yeah.
Would you go to the corporate platform? Do you go to the Imperial platform? And either way, you have to deal with one of those. And at the end, you're going to have to your roles are going to determine whether you now have an entire Corellian corporation and all of its resources after you, or just you up your anger with the Empire. And then if you went to the like toxic hell world, that place wouldn't have like had any trouble with any groups or anything, but you 100% would have fought like weird ass monsters and like had a timer for how long you could stay on the planet. You had to be in and out. We would have fought like slime beasts and weird like toxic dogs and shit. Yeah, and that's what that was going to be. If you were curious,
I liked that we were forced to choose between things instead of like having a clear way to go. Like it was tough for our characters because I think we're not used to having like a choice in a lot of cases, but it was fun to like pick a thing to do together.
Yeah, I
also
think
like
it's go for it.
I was gonna say, I like how like each one of us, Oda, PR3, and DAEYO was like, oh, I know these guys. I don't know
Yeah, that
them,
was
but I know
cool.
about them.
Yeah.
I chose to
it's-
not even roll for any of those things because it was like in ULAGO's mind, it was like even if he knows, he doesn't care. So like, there's no point in me knowing and then trying to warn people with that knowledge. It'd just be like,
It was very like former soldiery of you. The idea that like you were assigned this thing, it doesn't matter who you have to steal from, you still have to do it, and so it doesn't matter, just get the job done. I like that. Yeah. I think go for it.
I was gonna say, I feel like DAEYO would personally pick the Pikes because she's like, I know these guys. If they come after us, I have a feeling I know what they try to do because she's worked with them before. So
Sure. Yeah, the Pike Syndicate are like they're terrible. They're like bad dudes. So stealing from
fair.
them, F them. Yeah.
Whenever when PR3 mentioned the Hut, it's like, well, at least I know these guys. I don't know those guys, and I don't even know who the Crimson Dawn are.
I don't know what I would have done if you chose the Hutts, but I like believe that I would have had a session where I was like, all right, how is Dengar gonna find these? Like I would have found like a random bounty hunter from Empire and been like, yeah, no, Bosk is hunting you now. Like just random like fun shit.
Would you have done a voice? Would we have met him?
Ooh, yeah, I would have done like a but like going back to what you said, Anna.
Go XLR for that specifically.
Oh my god, I would have had the most fun. I would have had like one of the little spider monkey guys when you went to go see Jabba. I would have done the whole thing. It would have been great. Yeah, but like going back to what you're saying, Anna, it's weird trying to find the like middle ground where it was like, okay, at the beginning I'm going to give you do whatever you want. Like here's your options. But then it was quickly realized that like too much options means you have no idea what the fuck you want to do because you're in a galaxy of limitless possibilities. And it's like, okay, what if I narrow this and drive you in a direction? And then it was like, all right, well now I'm just telling the story for you. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you as many options as possible, but not so many options that you're like, what the fuck? So.
And they had really clear, like, what kind of encounter do you want to have?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was cool.
Yeah, so
Good
that's
job.
Fingers crossed I can keep up with like making prep not just like we're telling a story, but like, you know, there are
ma-
options in what you're
I
doing.
feel like no matter what we do, we roll badly and then we end up in combat. So I'm just gonna wait until that inevitably happens.
Well,
Well,
then I'll
you were
save the
very
day.
close. If you had not pulled, just like give you a heads up, if you had not pulled PR3 out of that thing, the mob would have like caused some stuff. And so by the time you got to security, you would have like all over the monitors, it would have been like PR3, like they are trying to like destroy this droid. And oh yeah, you would have had to go to save him and stuff. It would have been an event. Okay, we have questions? What? This is great. All right. So T-minus 42. I want to know the timeline this is in. How many people on the team are force sensitive, and is anyone dark side? This takes place in the time period between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It is, you know, when the Empire is at its strongest. This takes place a few years before the show Rebels, if that's like your thing. And so they've already met a character from the show Rebels. JUN SATO is who they met already. There's one force sensitive person, and no one is dark side yet. Oh, here's a question for you, Anna. What led to your decision to make Oda a smuggler Padawan combo?
Wanted to play a force sensitive person. I wanted to play a Jedi, but I wanted there to be like some conflict. So I thought that they shouldn't be a fully formed Jedi, and it also made sense that if they escaped the Great Purge, then maybe they were somebody who could have flown under the radar a little bit. So that's where the Padawan came from. Also, I just thought it'd be fun to play with like the insecurity that would come from that, and like the potential pitfalls of someone who like knows a little bit of how to use the Force. And then the smuggler part, I just thought, okay, if someone who's like mildly force sensitive basically escapes the Jedi Temple and then has to stay away from trouble, they definitely wouldn't be someone who can fit in like normal society, and they definitely wouldn't be able to have a normal job, quote unquote. So it made sense that she'd kind of like fly by the seat of her pants and take whatever job could get her shelter and money, and that makes a lot of sense with smuggler.
Cool. Yeah. That's kind of what we discussed in the very first like episode 0, which is you're a Jedi on the run. Well, like a poorly trained Padawan on the run, and the best thing you could do without being like a murderer was a smuggler. And it's like it keeps you moving around, like that kind of stuff. Which is neat. This is, I guess, kind of a follow-up. Buttery Llama wanted to add this to that question, which is what is your skill in the Force, and how did you get your lightsaber?
Is my masters, and we that was actually the
2
episode
episodes ago?
before last.
Yeah.
Last episode, I think.
I think it was 2.
before. Yeah.
When she was being held prisoner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it talked about how my my old master gave it to me and told me to run from the Jedi Temple. And what is my Force rating? Is that what they asked?
Just
My
like,
skill
you
in the
know,
Force?
like how skilled are you in the Force?
Not
general?
very. Like Oda is definitely like Force powerful, but almost completely untrained. So like she knows what like a 9-year-old normal Padawan would know, but she's obviously much older than that because she kind of like started old for her training and then didn't get to finish. So she can like, you know, I headcanon that she can kind of like move things and she can kind of influence minds, and she's really sensitive to outside stimuli, and that's happened a lot in the game where like something in the Force is happening and she can feel it, and it kind of rocks her more than it would a Jedi. So I feel like she's more sensitive than she is like talented. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, here's a question for you, Pocket. Are you willing to share what you told Strippin this episode? I'm hoping you'll say no.
I'm not. It's a secret.
Yeah, the whole point is it's a secret. She's not going to tell you. Don't try to get this stuff. Now, here's a question. Sam, will you share? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's important plot information. And when the time comes that it comes out, of course we will share with you
Oh,
what exactly.
I'll
took
share for the
place.
right price. DM me. I'll give you my PayPal link.
Hey, I'm not sure what that price would be. Okay.
The right price.
This is a question Dr. Cross want to know how many of y'all knew what Crimson Dawn was when it was mentioned in the show. I imagine I'm going to say none of you were like, "Oh, of course. I know exactly what that is." But I have no
Like
clue.
our characters? Or
No,
us?
just you personally.
Totally
Um,
forgot until you said solo, and then I was like, oh,
No.
to be honest.
I had an idea and then I had to make affirm it, and I was right.
So you did a Sam where you went online and were like, "Crimson Dawn." Ah, now I know what the hell these are.
I looked them up like a few episodes in when you name dropped them.
Yes. Yeah, they are they're bad people.
Yeah, I had a pretty good idea.
Yeah, okay. Let me see here. What else we got?
To be fair, though, if anything has the name Crimson in it, it's probably not a very nice organization, in my opinion.
Always,
about
yeah.
blood.
There's never a good Crimson anything. Yeah. How many? Okay. This is from Fluent Zap. Is the box the main Skyrim quest that you get, but never end up getting? And you just play the side quests.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Having played Skyrim and never actually beaten Skyrim, yeah, absolutely. I've never
You
seen
can
anything
beat
else.
Skyrim.
I think I put in 100+ hours, never seen the ending. Couldn't tell you what the ending's like. So at 100%, I get exactly what you mean. I get exactly what you mean. It is this thing, and every episode going to be like, "Yo, it's right there, though. That box is right there." They're going to be like, "What if we go see the Rebel Alliance?" I'm like, "All right, let's do that then." Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's what that is. It is the key to this entire story and leads to the main plot line, and it's just kind of hanging out.
I do any side quest before main plot in video games, Jesse.
Right, you're leveling up. I get it. I'm not against it. Oh, this is for me. How much research do I have to do versus how much do I know? I am like, I do a podcast that's the Star Wars book club, and so like know things, but I don't know things. It's the idea of like knowing a thing and then having to Google it for actual information, being like, "Oh yeah, that the hell was that called?" Googling it and then being like, "Ah, okay." Which is why, during episodes, Sam can be like, "Jesse name dropped a thing." I can literally just go to Wikipedia and find out more information, because that's 90% of what I do. Like, I'll have a concept and then I'll just go to the internet, a place where people have left so many great Star Wars tidbits over the year, where I'm just like, perfect, I'll snatch this. And so
Also,
yeah, that's how it works.
It really helps me like visualize races, because then you can just say the name of the race. I Google it and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's tough when there are thousands of Star Wars
Thousands,
species out there. There's so many, and some of them look like Nemoidians, the guys from episode 1, the dudes who are like trade negotiations, like those guys almost look the exact same as the Duros, except they wear different outfits, but they almost look the exact same. And Anna's character, Oda, almost looks just like a Chiss. But they're two totally different. Like, they're both blue skinned, except one has red eyes. They're totally. It's a weird, crazy ass universe that exists, but whatever. Okay, I think we have. All right, there's 2. All right, we'll do 3 really quick ones. Does DAEYO follow a code? Is it the Mandalorian code?
She has a code. She said that she's a bounty hunter.
Yeah. There you go. That's all you need to know.
She even read from the bounty hunter's book code.
She did, to a bunch of kids, and bored them to tears. Yeah.
And then threatened them with it again.
Mm-hmm. The other question is, what would happen mechanics-wise if Oda fell to the dark side? I mean, she could just be a bad Jedi. Like, most of her roles would be dark side based, but mechanically, she would slowly be corrupted. Like, there's a corruption mechanic in the game that you would become like a bad person. But mechanically, like the actual like day-to-day dice roll, from that point on, if you become a Dark Jedi, you literally, if you roll light side or dark side, you can use either. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you choose to use the light side, the Force, or the dark side. Doesn't, like, you can do whatever you want at that point. You will not be confined by morals, and boy, would that be fun. Watching Sam play a dark side character in a previous show was like a hoot because he would just manipulate and destroy everyone, and it was like really good.
Any mechanical drawbacks to that in the game at all?
Not for like your day-to-day dice roll, but the more you use the dark side, there's literally a mechanic in here that I'd have to get out of the book, but it's like you have a ticker, just like critical damage. The more you use it, the more like it's like in old Star Wars lore before they changed it so that lightning made Palpatine look old and evil. The reason why the Emperor used to look that way before they changed
Which
it
I
was
loved.
because like he literally was tapping into this dark power that was slowly eating away at his body. He could live forever, but he was like, I look like this shit. Like that's what happened. So that eventually would happen to you, and you like have terrible things happen. Your eyes would go from its natural color to that like yellowish red. You'd look like Anakin when his eyes turned, like that kind of thing. You'd slowly turn to the dark side. And last question is how often do we try to incorporate main characters into the story arc secret episode? How often do we try to incorporate each of your main motives into the story arc? As often as possible, but it's role based, so I have no say over it. As much as I want to harass them every episode, it's role based on the very beginning to determine which character gets harassed, and then we go from there. So this episode, and probably leading into next episode, is DAEYO. DAEYO's character was picked, and that's why DAEYO. I was going to there. You saw there was a roll. It was either a 1 or a 2. If it was a 1, you'd get this guy. If it was a 2, you would have talked to your old friend, and there would have been an obligation there. But yeah, it's the dread rabbits have found you again, and so now they are harassing you.
That guy you can't hang up on.
Yeah,
I was going to ask what her favorite scary movie was at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be like that. You never know. Depends on what your Here's the thing that I think is amazing, and this is the last thing I'll say before we wrap up. We have seen 3 obligations so far. PR3 is still a mystery. We know his main obligation is to find his master, but total mystery. Total mystery. An Imperial droid hang out with a bunch of you. Total mystery. This can only work out well. His master is definitely not Darth Vader. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
Should have let the mob take care of him.
What's great is that I'm like smarmy and rude, and it has been like the best. None of you have like engaged PR3 because you're like, fuck that guy. So it's like no effort has been made whatsoever.
Yeah, you have whatever happens, God help you. But yeah, okay. That's it for us. Thank you so much.
Probably.
We're gonna go around this room really quickly and find out what people are up to this week and where you can find them if you're not watching on their channels right now. Strippin', what's going on with you, dude?
I'm Strippin'. You can find me at twitch.tv/Strippin'. Playing some games. Today I was playing PSO. I've got The Witcher coming up intermittently. We've got the Terraria finale with JP on Sunday. So come by. Hang out. It's a good time.
And what is up with you?
I am raising money for St. Jude Play Live until the end of May, so the end of this week. And we just upped our goal to 8,000. That's about $1,500 in the next couple days. So it's ambitious, but we're hoping we can do it. And we hit a lot of milestones already for which I had reward streams planned. And the one that is due tomorrow, that I'm going to do tomorrow, is that chat gets to choose my makeup. So I will social media when I'm going to start, and then I'm going to lay out my makeup on the table, and chat can just decide what I put on my face. And that should be real fun, and hopefully we will help kids with cancer.
Someone sent me a message to watch the stream. I didn't get a chance to, I guess, to watch the VOD, because at some point you got like a harassing message from the 12th brother.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
I guess,
actually,
and I was like, I have to see
Hold
this.
on.
I haven't seen it yet.
Let me see if I can pull it, because I have the...
I don't. They were
man.
like, go watch the stream. Some dude like it was like coming after her, and I was like, what? I hope it wasn't bad.
No. It was funny. It was like threatening Oda from the 12th brother or something like that.
Gotcha.
I'll find
that's
it and
neat.
I'll send it to you, but it was really funny.
Sure. Yes. Thank you. Yes, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Bikeman, what's going on with you?
The literally right after this, I'm going to play Minecraft Dungeons with the late shift guys. So yeah,
Damn.
it'll be fun.
I hear great things. I hear it's like Diablo, but like kid friendly.
There's a lot of screaming and runaway from exploding things.
That sounds about right. That sounds like Minecraft.
And screwing over your friends by activating the exploding things and running away before they can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Pocket, what's going on with you? Hello? Hello, Pocket? We can't hear you.
Hi. My communicator broke for a second. I think I was being interrupted
Hello?
by what's his face.
That's okay. Proceed.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm working on, photos and cosplay and stuff. That's it. That's it. Oh, and repairing my house still. It's
I
fun
was about to
stuff.
say you're not doing anything. You're like, I'm not doing anything, but I am doing. And then you start rattling off
and
things.
this.
Yeah. I am. I'm not doing anything on stream necessarily, but I am doing a lot of stuff. So, it's
Cool.
exhausting.
Yes, anything house related is always exhausting.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this weekend I'm gonna check out Minecraft Dungeons as well, and I am going to God, I had another one of those conversations today where I was told I do too much, and so that's my life now, is being told I do too much and then being like, yeah, okay, and agreeing to more stuff. So my weekend is going to be me fulfilling obligations for others. So I'll just follow me on Twitter if you want to see where I'll be, because I'll be around. But yeah, I think that's it for us. Thank you all for tuning in and for all your support. It's great. If you want to send me more fan art, you can do that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And that's it for us. See you guys next time. Bye, everybody. This is the weirdest goodbye.
Where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze! We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze! Out of time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze!
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC! What are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
It's a professional broadcast.
Yeah, now sing the music.
It's a professional broadcast.
Bring the strippers and booze!
It's a professional broadcast.
I'm here to ask and answer one simple question.
It's a professional broadcast.
You